Before we witness the moment when Senator John Hollard learned that mocking someone's education requires having your own academic credentials in order, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Because what you're about to see demonstrates how intellectual elitism can collapse when the foundation beneath it isn't as solid as it appears. The National Judicial Standards Committee hearing had been going on for nearly 2 hours when Senator John Hollard entered what he believed was his comfort zone. Armed with the prestige of his upbringing at elite institutions like Eastbridge University and the Royal Weston School of Law, Hollard often used his resume as a weapon, dismissively slicing through anyone he deemed unqualified. So when Congresswoman Jasmine Carr appeared as an expert witness to evaluate the qualifications of several judicial nominees, Hollard saw an opportunity to display what he believed was unquestionable superiority. He leaned back with that smirk, the one viewers had seen many times on political panels and cable news. The smirk that said he was about to take someone apart simply because he believed he could. "Congresswoman Carr," Hollard began, his tone dripping with that polished Ivy League condescension, "I find it rather charming that someone with a degree from Houston Valley Public Law Center believes she can evaluate judicial excellence. Perhaps those of us who attended actual elite institutions, real centers of scholarship, should handle questions of constitutional interpretation." He continued, barely hiding his amusement. "Was your school even ranked in the top 100? Maybe you should leave complex legal matters to those with proper legal pedigrees." The room fell silent. A few uneasy chuckles echoed from Hollard's side of the dais. Democrats looked stunned. Cameras zoomed in. Reporters leaned forward. Hollard adjusted his tie, pleased with himself. But then, his smirk disappeared. Because Jasmine Carr calmly opened her briefcase, and pulled out a thick navy blue folder. The bold letters on the cover were unmistakable. "Hollard, Academic Integrity Dossier." She set it on the table without rushing. Without anger. Without raising her voice. She opened it with the precision of a surgeon preparing to operate on a patient who never imagined he'd be on the table. "Senator Hollard," Carr said in a steady, professional tone, "since you brought up academic credentials. I believe this committee, and the American public, deserve clarity about your own." The cameras zoomed so close viewers could see Hollard's throat tighten. Carr lifted the first document, a certified transcript from Eastbridge University. "Despite your public claims of graduating with top honors," she said, "your actual GPA was a 3.1. Not honors. Not awards. Not distinctions. And your senior thesis, despite years of claiming it won the department's highest prize, was flagged for significant originality concerns." Murmurs filled the chamber. Hollard attempted to speak, but Carr continued, calm, precise, devastating. "This," she said, holding up another file, "is an internal academic integrity report. It shows that over 40% of your thesis mirrored existing work. The investigation was closed shortly after a substantial donation was made to the university's Political Science Expansion Fund." Hollard's eyes widened. Carr wasn't done. She produced an affidavit from Professor James Marston, Hollard's former advisor. In his sworn statement, he says he objected to approving your thesis due to plagiarism concerns but was pressured by university officials to sign off. The room erupted in whispers. Even Hollard's allies shifted uncomfortably. Then Carr moved to Hollard's time at Royal Weston School of Law. "Let's discuss your famous Law Journal article," she said. "The one you cite as proof of your scholarship." She held up an affidavit from Thomas Chon, a fictional brilliant classmate. Mr. Chon states he wrote that article in exchange for $5,000. He provided drafts, emails, and payment records. The screen behind Carr flashed an email from Hollard. "Make it good enough to get me a federal clerkship." The room exploded. Reporters typed furiously. Hollard knocked over his water glass. Carr revealed more. A detailed spreadsheet documenting an academic work purchasing ring Hollard allegedly organized in law school. Exam answers. Briefs. Papers. A price list. A network. payments totaling tens of thousands. Then she revealed something that took the room from shocked to stunned. A letter from the Dean of Royal Weston School of Law announcing a review of Hollard's degree based on new evidence of academic misconduct. Stanford, like Eastbridge, was conducting a similar review. The Missouri Bar Equivalent Licensing Authority had opened an investigation. Hollard's face changed from anger to confusion, to panic, and finally to something viewers described as hollow. His attorney whispered frantically behind him. When the committee chair asked whether Hollard had a response, his counsel stood and invoked Hollard's Fifth Amendment rights. That moment became a political earthquake. Within hours, Eastbridge announced a full integrity review. Royal Weston began degree revocation proceedings. Hollard's former teaching post suspended his credentials. His political caucus removed him from leadership roles. Commentators across the spectrum distanced themselves. National debates erupted about educational elitism, purchased prestige, and the illusion of academic superiority. Meanwhile, Jasmine Carr, calm, focused, professional, became a symbol of earned merit defeating manufactured prestige. Her quiet line became iconic. Integrity matters more than the institution that prints your diploma. 6 months later, in the fictional storyline, Hollard faced multiple investigations. His academic and professional facade collapsed. The man who once mocked someone else's education became the centerpiece of a political drama exposing how easily prestige can be faked, and how dangerous it is to weaponize it. And if this fictional political drama has shown you the power of genuine achievement over fabricated prestige, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell, because we'll continue diving into stories that challenge the myths behind power, privilege, and performance.